You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. And yes, it is lovely, y'all. I don't even know what the temperature is today. I just know it's nice outside. Any day above ground is a great day for me, even if it's raining, cold, sleet, snow, whatever. It's still a great day. So I'm happy to be here with you guys today. It's Thursday, Spotlight Thursday. I'm going to give you some horoscopes. I'm going to give you what your national holiday is, and I got a guest today. See, I know what day it is. It's Thursday. I got a guest. It's gonna be a good guest. I love talking to authors. I love talking to entrepreneurs. I love talking to people that are making a difference in the world. I just love those people. So I got a great guest for you today. She is a children's author she's been featured in Forbes magazine, and I'm really interested to find out how that all came about. Aren't you? Because I know I got some authors out there right now saying, listen, I'm a children's author. I want to get featured in Forbes. Let's see how that all works out. So, hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's Thursday, even though today's Thursday is my Friday. Yes, it is. If y'all can see, I got it kind of straightened out. I straightened out the new office. I got to put something on the wall, though. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Haven't figured it out yet. But I spent all yesterday straightening up my office. Like, that's what I did. I did the show, and I was like, I got to get my office straight. And I'm so happy with myself. I got one box left to unpack. And let me tell y'all something. I had a lot. So in my other house, so when I moved to Georgia, my mom came with me, her brother, he lived with me, my daughter, my niece, and then my stepdaughter, and my husband and myself. So it was all of us living in one house, but it was a big house. The house had 7 bedrooms, right? So it was a big, and I still had an office, like a dedicated office to myself, and everybody had a bedroom, which was nice. And so now there's nobody in the house but me, my husband, and my uncle. I don't need that much room. So we downsized. We had 4 bedrooms. One of them is my office, and 3. We have 1 guest room and 2 bedrooms. So we downsized. But let me tell y'all something. Being in a location for 8 years with 7 people, you accumulate a lot of stuff. So we've been moving since last Saturday, and we're still moving. So what I told my husband, I was like, listen, let's straighten up one room and then move some stuff. Straighten up the room and move. That's what we've been doing. So my office is completely straight except for this one box. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is in that box. I got 1 box left to unpack, which I'm so ecstatic about because I had a lot of boxes to unpack. So I have 1 box to unpack. I put all my books out. And my bedroom is half done. So that's half done. It's still kind of, I got stuff. I got boxes. But the nice thing is we got 2 closets in the bedroom. I'm excited about because I get to I have a lot of shoes. And have a lot of clothes, and he has a lot of clothes, and so we have our own closets. We don't have to share a closet. Before at our other house, we shared a closet. We don't have to share a closet right now, so that's exciting. And so it's a good thing. Change is sometimes stressful, but it can also be good because I felt like now it's a new beginning. Every day I would wake up, I would walk across the hall of my old house, and I would see my mom's room, and it does something to you when I can't go in there and talk to her, right? So now I don't have to do that. I don't have to relive that every day over and over again because I can't talk to her. I can't go into the kitchen and see what she said every day, or on the couch in the living room because she sat there. We would come out and we would have breakfast, and she would sit on the couch, and the baby would come over. I don't have to keep reliving those things in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's a new beginning. I'm excited about the new beginning. I'm excited about all the great things I got going on. I'm just excited about life, And so as hard as this year has been, it is also a good thing. Losing my mom was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I've lost people that I love before, but it's something different when you lose your mother. When you lose somebody that you're so close to, and me and my mom were super close, and she would always say things like, "You're my rock," and I'd be like, "Nah, you're my rock," because we were each other's rock, And I gotta tell you, I'm a grown woman, but losing my mom, I felt helpless. I felt hopeless and helpless, and I was like, "This is nuts. I'm grown." But you're still a kid to your mother. They still think of you as a kid. Let me tell you something. My mother thought of my brother and I as still children. I remember one time she was telling my brother something. He's like, "You do know I'm grown, right?" And she's like, I know. So you're still a child to your mom. And the crazy thing is, I felt like a child when I lost her. I felt like a little girl who was helpless and lost when I lost my mom. That's how I felt. And it has taken me some time to move past that. So moving into the new space, starting on new projects, securing new clients that I absolutely love, and I'm love working with them, and just I'm so happy to see how I can help them move their agendas forward and help them help other folks. I'm excited about this. All these new beginnings are just great things for me. And sometimes new beginnings are great. You know, some people don't like change, some people do. You know, I don't mind change. I hate pain though. Ooh, I hate heartache. I don't know anybody that likes pain and heartache, you know. But me, that's me. Anyway, let's get on with the show, because I got a guest, and she's gonna be a phenomenal guest, and I have to make a hard stop in 30 minutes, so I don't need to procrastinate. I need to go ahead and get the horoscopes out the way so I can bring her on, and she can share her story about how she became a children's author and how she managed to get on Forbes, and what was that process like. And she's the author of 17 books, y'all. 17. So I'm excited to talk to her. You know, I love a good book. Look back there. So what's crazy is, right, this camera is flipped. So when I did like this, and what I see, the bookshelf is like right here, but the bookshelf is actually right there. Anyway, never mind. All right, so today is National Got Check Day. I don't know what that means. Did you get a paycheck? Did you get checked out at work? I don't know what that means. It's also National Dog Day. For all the dog lovers out there, happy National Dog Day. It's National Women's Equality Day, which is a good thing. We're still fighting for that, by the way. And National Cherry Popsicle Day. It's also National Web Mistress Day. Now, I don't know what. Now, see, when I saw that, I'm like, National Web Mistress, what does that mean? I have no idea what that means. My mind is kind of giving me an idea what it could mean. I hope that's not what it means. National Web Mistress Day. I have no idea. All right, let's get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. For today, August the 26th, we got 5 days left in this month, and we'll be right into September. Time is not wasting. It is moving right along. All right, we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Try to deal with the problems of those less fortunate. However, don't allow them to make unreasonable demands. Your lover may disappoint you in such a way that estrangement will follow. This is not the best day to visit relatives who get on your nerves. You got a lot going on today, Aries. Your people going to put demands on you. Your lover going to disappoint you. Your relatives going to get on your nerves. I think you should just stay in the house. Be by yourself today. Meditate. Woosah. Do something, because you got a lot going on there. Everybody going to get on your nerves today. You just... Let's not claim that. How about that? How about you claim that you're going to have a great day and people are going to love you and their spirits are going to be warm? Change that. Reframe it. That's the one thing you can do. Change your mind. Change your mindset. Taurus, entertain in your home and make aesthetic enhancements that will please those you reside with. Okay? You can gain approval, get kudos, and ask for help if you put a little heart into your speech or request. Keep your feet on the ground if you can. Something is going to excite you to get your feet off the ground. Let's pray that that's what it is. But let's pray that nobody knocks you off your feet unless it's love. Y'all know I'm a romantic at heart, so let's love knocks you off your feet. Here's the thing. You don't want to keep your feet on the ground if it's love, right? However, be stern, stand tall. And if you can keep your feet on the ground, if you must, do so. Gemini, get out and about. Make changes regarding your status in society. Do a little investigating to see if there is someone at work you don't trust. Somebody, people are funny too, boy. Somebody at your job, you know if you don't trust them, your gut is telling you, I don't trust that one right there. Intuition and gut gives away I'm telling you now, intuition and gut will tell some things. I know. I'm telling you, when my gut is telling me something, like, I got to keep an eye on this one right here. For whatever the reason is, because your gut is telling you. You got to listen to the gut. Listen to that intuition. Somebody at work, you don't trust them. You going to figure out why you don't trust them. They done did something, said something. I know. There's people, Cancer. Renovations or purchases made for your home will pay off. Call someone you haven't seen in a long time. You may have a problem with coworkers if you try to tell them what to do. Don't try to tell nobody nothing. Let them do what they're going to do. You're going to have a problem with them. I know you think it's for their best, but listen, they obviously don't feel like it's for their best. So leave them alone. Let them do their own thing today. Don't try to tell them what to do. That way you ain't got to worry about having no problem. Sometimes people just want to stick their noses in other people's business. I've learned not to do that. I've learned to kind of just stand back because I used to be the one trying to tell everybody and fix everything. Yeah, I learned not to do that quick because it doesn't help. It doesn't help you. It really doesn't help them because now they're pissed off at you for trying to help them. I tried to help somebody one time with a job, and I swear you would have thought I had said something horrible, and they got on Facebook and blasted about, ain't nobody at me trying. It was crazy. I'm not going to tell y'all the story, but it was nuts. And I was like, oh, okay, never do that again. And it was because they came to me that they needed and said to me, I need a job. And me, I'm always researching stuff. I come across a lot of stuff. I do this show. There are companies coming into to the county. There's people that I know outside of the state. Hey, this person is hiring. So I thought I was helping. And they didn't really want my help. They just wanted to complain. That's what I later found out. So when I learned who that person was, I just kind of like nod along with what they're saying. I don't give any advice because they don't listen anyway, and they really don't want it. Sometimes people don't want your advice. They just want to complain. They just need a ear to bend so they can whimper and whine. Leo, pleasure trips would turn out to be better than anticipated. Try to enlist the support of coworkers first. You're in need of love. Aren't we all? Listen, you're in need of love, Leo. Just tell somebody, I need a hug. I need a hug. Hugs can change. Let me tell you, hugs can change some things. Sometimes all you need is, my cousin wrote we got a family group that we do every morning. We got a group, family text. And so every morning in text, everybody say good morning. They say little things. My cousin did a really nice one this morning. She said, sometimes all you need is a shoulder to cry on, a ear to listen, a voice to say kind words. It was something like that. It was really nice. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes all you need is a hug. That's it. And that could help you. You don't even understand how important hugs are. When we couldn't touch each other for almost a year, it was like nuts. Sometimes all you need is a hug. Leo, just tell somebody you need a hug. I wish I was close by you. I would give you a hug. Virgo, sudden changes regarding your work and colleagues are apparent. Reevaluate your situation. Travel could be in order. I don't know. Everything is about coworkers today. Make me not want to do anything where people are concerned. What are your coworkers doing? What is going on? Sudden changes regarding work and colleagues apparent. I hope it's a good change, Virgo. I hope it's a good change for your sake. I hope it's not some coworker trying to stab you in your back or take credit for something that you've done. I hope it's a good thing. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Tell me if I got it wrong, but you don't wanna be alone. Spend the evening by yourself, but you'll miss me when it's getting late. Got it all, babe. Say vamos when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you'll let me. Got it all, babe. Say vamos when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you let go, boy. Loving is a safe card. You don't have to play hard. Love and let go, boy. You don't have to play smart. We can take it slow. You know it. Every time it's a blessing, and I know we can take it to the next level. If you let go, boy, you don't have to play smart. We can take it slow. You know it. Go ahead and tell your friends. Talk it out, but it won't end. You are never true to heart. You need me when it's getting dark. Got it all, babe. Say vamos when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you let me. Got it all, babe. Say vamos when you're ready. I'm here when you need me. I'm yours if you let go, boy. Loving is a safe card. You don't have to play hard. Love and let go, boy. You don't have to play smart. We can take it slow. You know it. Every time it's a blessing, and I know we can take it to the next
welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thoughts. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Property deals will pay big dividends. Recognition can be yours if you present your ideas and stand behind your beliefs. You could lose a good friend because of it. All right, listen, you don't want to lose a good friend because of, whatever. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to separate your life and your business life from your friendship life. That way you don't lose good friends. Right, and sometimes you have to just make that change. Like, you don't want to lose good friends. A good friend is very hard to come by. And sometimes you have to make some real hard choices. Say, you know what? I value my friendship over whatever this thing is. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes what you thought was a good friend may not have been a good friend. Because they could stab you in your back and you thought they were a good friend, but maybe they're not a good friend. But if they are a good friend, you want to fight for good friendships. You just really do. Sometimes you have to just draw the line in the sand and then cross the line. I said that yesterday, right? I remember. I didn't forget. I'm right here. Scorpio, you are best to work at home, clearing up overdue projects like my office. My office is good right now. I'm so excited. Y'all don't even understand. Like, I got out the bed last night to come in the room and look at the office again because I was so happy about being unpacked. I hate to have clutter all over everywhere. So just to be, the house it's not bad for, only like 4 days of being in here. Like, if people came in right now, it doesn't look like awful. It's still like I got to get everything straight. So my goal is by between tomorrow and Saturday, because all I want to do Sunday is read a magazine, watch TV, because I moved all this. That's all I want to do. All right. So clean up your house. All right, that's all it. Romance. Okay, what I started doing Scorpio, and I started talking. You are best to work at home, clearing up overdue projects. Romantic relationships should stabilize. You'll be able to dazzle others with your obvious charm and your outgoing nature. So you're gonna be charming today, Scorpio. Yes, you're gonna be charming. Put the charm on. You're gonna dazzle somebody. Maybe that right person. Just never know. You just never know. Sagittarius. Romance is likely if you can bring yourself to go out with friends. All right, you want some love in your life, you got to get out the house, introvert. You will be highly sensitive to comments made by your lover. Travel will be good if you're seeking knowledge. I'm always seeking knowledge. Travel is good. Yeah, I'm always seeking knowledge. I want to do something. I was supposed to be speaking at She Podcast, but I just couldn't even bring myself to be stuck on a plane for 3 hours and 42 minutes with a mask on and people. I couldn't. And I it was so sad because I had to apologize to the people that's hosting She Podcast. It's in Arizona. And I couldn't even bring myself to want to get on the plane. And I was dreading it. It was making me sick just thinking about it. That I would have to be on the plane for 3 hours and 42 minutes just with the mask on and just, it was too much. I was like, I can't do it. Like, and I've done it before, but with the Delta variant and all this, I was freaking out in my head. And so I'm not going to be speaking at She Podcast unless they do something virtual, which I'll be happy to do that. However, I am talking about podcasting at the Atlanta Black Chamber in September. So I will be speaking about podcasting again. I got a whole training session coming up, webinar coming up about leveraging streaming media and podcasting. So be sure to check it out, especially if you're running for a public office. Capricorn, take time to relax. Stress and pressure at home may have worn you ragged. Yes, emotional upset may prevail on the domestic scene if you have neglected your duties or your mate. Your boss may be on a rampage and you certainly don't want to be the one to take the brunt of a bad situation. So get out of your boss way today. Lay low. Listen, you got a lot going on. You need to take some time to relax. Stress and pressure at home may have you worn ragged. Your husband and your wife is not happy because you've been neglecting them. Your boss is on a rampage. God bless you, Capricorn. God bless you, because you got a lot going. I'm stumping my feet. Y'all can't say like, God bless you. You got a lot going on today. Woo, I'm praying for you, Cap. I'm praying for you. Aquarius, you will both have to bend if you want this union to work. Your ideas are good and career moves can be realized. You have to feel free to come and go as you please to achieve happiness. Yes, freedom. I'll tell people, my entrepreneur journey has been a journey and I'm still on that journey, right? But one of the things I could tell you is that, no, I haven't hit the financial goals that I've set for myself. And that's for a lot of reasons. Me not being focused enough, me letting life get in the way. And I'm not blaming anything. I know what they are. I know the reasons behind it. But what I can tell you is that although I may not have reached my financial goals, I have definitely reached my freedom goals, because I have been free to move about for 22 years to do what I want to do. And I don't say that braggadociously. I'm just saying that although I have not reached all the pinnacles I plan to reach, I'm quoting Drake right now, just in case y'all don't know that. That's Drake. Although I have not reached all the pinnacles I plan to reach, I have been able to do a lot of things in my life on the freedom side. And so I'm still working towards my goals. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, you would need to finalize important deals today. If they don't like the plan, suggest that they contribute a little more. Yeah, contribute. That you don't like it, then you need to work with me. Get involved in groups that are creative in nature. Yes, I feel like I need to do that. I'm still trying to figure out one thing in my office though right now. I'm trying to figure out where to put my creative space, because I do have some things I want to create, and I do have space here to do. I think I need to move some stuff around, but that's okay, because I got a lot of space behind my head here. Like, you can't see it, guys, but I got a lot of space behind my desk right here, and then I need to put my creative spot right there. So I gotta figure it out. I figure it out by the weekend. By the time the weekend roll around, because that's the last thing I'm gonna put in place is that. All right, fish, listen. If they don't like the plan, tell them to do some of the work. You know what I mean? Stop trying to rely on you to do everything. If they don't like it, then you do some of the work. Put your hands in it. You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, get involved in groups that are creative in nature. When you are doing things that are creative, that allows you to be creative, that allows you to relax. Now, here's the funny thing. When I go to paint and sit, because I always wanted to be a painter, I'm so zoned out on my painting. And by the way, a lot of times it's already drawn out on the canvas. I just have to paint between the lines. But I'm so focused and concentrated on that I really don't pay the wine any attention. It's crazy. I'm watching the instructor as she's telling me how to paint, because I want to be that creative person. And I'm not. All right, listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again Monday, because today is my Friday at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noda Shards and Micah Thoughts. Now let's get on with this show. Now, I just got a text message that the guest is not showing up. She's on the West Coast. She got the time zone wrong, so we don't have a guest. Don't fear, because y'all know I always have something to talk about. Unfortunately, I really wish I could have talked to her, though, because that to me would have been a great show, and maybe she'll get a chance to come on any other time. But this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about since she's not going to be here, we're going to be talking business anyway, because she's an entrepreneur and an author. I want to talk about being an author. I've been an author for, oh my God, since 1998. And she was the author of 17 books. And preferably we'll get her back on and have her come on and talk about her journey. But I'll talk about mine and why I still think being an author is important. I started out as an author. I was a co-author on a book called The Cookbook to Romance back in 1998. Yes, I am dating myself. Yes, I am. Back in 1998. And we had a mastermind group, and it was 6 of us in the mastermind group, and every Sunday at 2:30 we would meet at my office, because we had an office. We would meet at our office and we would mastermind. So we each had our own separate business. They weren't connected at all. We were just business owners, 6 women. We would all bring some kind of little snack and put it in the center table. We would mastermind. Now I gotta tell y'all, I learned a lot from that mastermind group. I got a lot out of it, and I really missed having a mastermind group, and I think I'm gonna start one. But anyway, one Sunday, 3 of the ladies left and 3 of us stayed behind. And we're like, okay, so we need to make some money, because we weren't making any money at that time. And so one of us said, well, let's write it. I can't remember which one of us said it, but it was like, let's write a book, right? And then when she said that, we all sat back down to think about this book. Like, okay, well, what would the book be about? So one of us said, let's write a book about sex. I'm like, sex? Like, yeah, because sex sells, right? So we called the book The Cookbook to Romance. And the 3 of us co-authored this book. Now, that was a really good book. And it was cute. It was back there when it was only one book on the market that I could find at the time about self-publishing. It was by an author. His name was Dan Pointer. And Dan had one little thin little green book. And I don't even know what my book is, because I don't throw away books. It's probably in the garage somewhere. But the book was about this thin, and it was a book about how to self-publish. And we read that book and we self-published this book. But what was funny is We didn't want to use our own names on the cookbook to romance. Georgette shot the cover for the book, and it was really cute. Nobody knows she shot the cover. We turned the cover we turned the book into the cover, and we turned the picture into the cover of the book. And so we all had our section. We had a deadline. We gave ourselves a deadline. Hey, we're gonna write this book. When is it going to be done? And we wrote the book. The book was done. We started like in the summertime because it was hot. And Jersey don't stay hot long. Like when the spring, like right now in September, the temperatures are going to start to drop. Like when September rolls around, you have to right around the end of September, you're going to need a jacket because it starts to get hot. I mean cold. It starts to get cool. So it was in the summertime. So we had our mastermind group. It was in the summertime. We decided we was going to write this book. We wrote the book. The book was done, so by December we were ready to go and sell the book. And I remember us going to Jacob Javits Center to Kwanzaa Expo, and we didn't have any money to get a table at Jacob Javits because that was really expensive. So Jacob Javits is in New York City, and so we knew these two twins. Howard and John, I think their name. I know one name is Howard. I think the other name is John. It's so crazy. I can't remember their names, and I know them so well. Well, they had a newspaper called Visions, and so they had bought a table at Jacob Javits for Kwanzaa Expo, and they was like, look, we don't have time to man this table. If you guys can man our table, you don't have to pay, and y'all can sell your books. And we were like, great. So we'll stand there and pass out the paper and sell our books, and that's what we did. So we were able to stand at their table, man their table, and sell our books. Dr. Bob Lee, who was on WBLS radio, he gave us a shout out. He talked about the book on the radio, which is really cool. We thought that was a great thing. And so we sold our books. So at the Kwanzaa Expo, thousands and thousands of people come through the expo, and so we were able to sell our books at the expo, and we sold out most of that book. We went back to get our second printing, and the printer who printed the book was gone. It totally gone. Took our books. It was crazy. Took all our stuff. We had no book, and it was crazy because we wanted to print more books because we did so well. But we also did a book signing in Martha's Vineyard at a bed and breakfast called Twin Oaks, and that was the only African American. God, it's history, y'all. It's history. That was the only African American owned bed and breakfast in Martha's Vineyard. And here's the crazy part. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget this. We went to Martha's Vineyard that year, the same year that John F. Kennedy Jr. died. And what was crazy is we got to the vineyard that Friday night. Saturday morning when we woke up, everybody was kind of like sitting around the TV, but it was real quiet. It was like really gloomy. We were like, well, what happened? And they said, because they call him John. They said John plane had crashed in the I don't know, was it like a lake off Martha's Vineyard, right? Which was literally like where his plane crashed was about 2 miles from where we were staying. And so I had driven my truck to the ferry, my Jeep to the ferry, and I was like, when we got to the islands, when we got to Martha's Vineyard, I had my Jeep, so we can go anywhere we wanted to go because I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm a driver, right? And we went to go drive down to where the plane had crashed, but they had it all blocked off, so we couldn't go down there. But we were going to go down there and see. And so we had even though it was a sad time and it was really quiet because they had, so the Kennedys are rich, like they're billionaires, I'm sure, and they have a whole compound in Martha's Vineyard. And that's where their family hung out because they have a whole compound there. And so I didn't know it was as close to us as it was. But I could tell y'all at Twin Oaks, Bill Clinton had stayed at Twin Oaks before and a whole bunch of other presidential and rich people. And so that's what we were. And so that's history. That was history for us. And we were there at a crazy time. Who would have thought we would have been on that island when John F. Kennedy Jr. plane with his wife crashes in the water like 2 miles from where we were staying. It was nuts. I'm never going to forget that. But anyway, we did a book signing there, so we did book signings all over the place, and that was an exciting time for me. It was back then when self-publishing was just kicking off, and self-publishing as we know it today is totally different. Like there are so many print-on-demand platforms out there right now. Like you don't have to worry about somebody taking your hard copy and leaving and you never getting it again. Because I think we may have had it on disc or something. I don't know, but it was so far out till when they left with the book, we had no book. And so we kind of like paused for a second. Then Amazon came around. Then I wrote my second book. It was called From the Home Front: How to Start Your Own Home-Based Business. That was the name of it. Now, what was crazy about that, and I just found a copy. I should have had it with me. If I knew I was going to be doing a show by myself today, I would have had a copy of that because I didn't know I was going to be talking about, writing and being an author and all that stuff. But I wrote a book called From the Home Front. I sent the cover of the book in a separate file, and the book and the cover was separate. So when the book came back, the cover was white, and I was like, what happened to my cover? The cover was all white. It was black and white from the home front. Had all that on the cover, and I was like, oh my God, what happened to the cover? But what was crazy is people like the cover. They like the black and white cover. I'm like, really? So I kept the cover. So that was my second book from the home front. Self-published today is totally different than it was back then. We have so many platforms for you to get your content out. You can put out a PDF and call it a book, an ebook. You can go to Amazon. You can have your book distributed on Amazon, Books A Million, everywhere books are sold right now. You can sell your book that you write from your website and charge $59, $69, $79 for it. Don't have to be $16.99 on Amazon. It's a lot different. And I buy books. I bought a book this morning. I buy books all the time. And some people say, I don't like Kindle. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who love to read their books digitally. I'm not that person. I like books. I like to hold my book in my hand. I like to mark it up with my highlighter. I like books. And so you might be saying to yourself, well, why would I write a book right now? Books are still a way to create authority and credibility. They really are, because they take time to write. Trust me. There are a bunch of books that I want to write right now, and I keep saying I'm going to write a new book, because I haven't written a new book in a very long time. Well, maybe not that long, probably 3 years, because I wrote Pod Chicks. That was my last book I wrote. I wrote Pod Chicks, and that was because I went to Podfest, and that was 2 years ago actually. I went to Podfest in 2019. I met all these amazing women who podcast. I wrote a book about it. It's called Pod Chicks, and I put it on Amazon. It's you can buy it wherever you buy books. Not one of my best works though. I gotta say that. I think because I rushed it. The educational part is good. I feel like the storylines weren't good, because I asked people to submit their stories and I kind of just put it out there. I don't think that's one of my best work. My bestseller is coming. It's coming, and I've got the title already. So if you want to write it, why would you want to write a book? Well, you want to write a book because it's still a great way to create authority. It's still a great way to show that you're credible. It's still a great way to show that you're expert in what you're talking about, or you're passionate about what you're talking about. It's still a great way to do that. And believe me, it still opened up doors, because not everybody writes a book. Yeah, there are a lot of books out there right now. There are a lot of authors and content producers, but that still work. So when you take the time to sit down and write a book, you still get accolades for being that person that wrote a book. You still get to put author behind your name because you wrote a book. You still get to do that. The other thing is, once you write the book, you can take that book and expand on it and turn it into a course, right? Because now there's a lot of stuff that you probably could not put in the book that you can put into a course. Your book can now become complementary to the course that you create. Then you can move on from the course and create a membership based around the book. So you say, why should I write a book? Well, it could be the foundation for your course. It could be the foundation for your membership. It could be the foundation for your mastermind. It could be the foundation for so many things that you continuously grow. Right now, I wrote the book Pod Chicks, right? I got the book, but now I got the membership with the course inside the membership. It's called Pod Chicks University. So I started with the book. Then I went to having the membership. Now I have a full-blown academy, university for women who want to learn how to podcast. So you can expand across all these different platforms, starting with the book. And that's what I've done. I want to say 7 books at this point. I've written about 7 books, and it was so funny because when I was moving, I was finding books that I had written, and I got them packed up, because I was like, well, I got to keep at least 1 or 2 of copies. And I got this chest for my what do you call it? It's not a chest, but it's like a little briefcase with all these things that I've done, and all that stuff is in there for my granddaughter. So when she grows up, if I'm not here, she can look through that thing and see all the stuff that her Gia did. She called me Gia. All the things her Gia did. So write your book. Don't be afraid to write your book. Here's what I would tell you. Create an outline for your book. Take that outline and fill in the blanks, and then expand on that. Create the outline for the book first. Why do you want to write the book? Right? Once you determine why. Now, if you're writing the book because you just want to leave your legacy and that book is it, great. If you're writing the book to make money, why would somebody buy it? Identify who your audience is. If you're an author and you write about, you're a novelist, you want to find that group. If you write about true crime, I can tell you right now, write the book, pick a crime, write the book, and then go to Apple Podcasts, and find all the true crime podcasters, because that's the #1 genre in podcasting, true crimes. And get on all their shows and promote your book. I guarantee, if I was a true crime person, I would definitely do that. That would be my blueprint for writing my book. I know you guys are watching. Unfortunately, my author couldn't be here today. She's on the West Coast. She got the time zones mixed up. So hopefully I can bring her back at a later date so she can bring her. In the meantime, I was just sharing my journey as being an author. I'm an author of 7 books. And I was just sharing my journey of being an author and why you want to be an author and how you can get started. So my first thing is, why do you want to write the book? And then once you determine why you want to write the book, what is the book going to be about? And if you need help writing the book, get help. There's so much help. When we did it, it was just the 3 of us. When we first started out, it was the 3 of us writing about what we wanted to write about in the book, which was romance. And we did poetry in the book. And we did, all kinds of little things in the book, all this kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun, though, And so then when I started to be a business owner, people started asking me about how to start a business. So I wrote the book about how to start a home-based business. And I wrote a book about how to start any kind of business. And so it just went on and on and on until right now, my latest book is Pod Chicks. And then now I have a university attached to Pod Chicks. And so that's where I am. So if you think about writing a book, why you want to write the book, who are you writing it for, what's your plan for it? Are you trying to sell it to make money? Do you just want to leave a legacy behind that you wrote a book because you want to get it out where you are inside out to the world, from inside you out to the world? Now if you're planning on doing this as a business, just know books don't get you rich right away. If you're unknown, it's going to take a lot of work for people to become known. But what I will say, with all of the technology out there and the platforms out there right now, it's a level playing field. You just got to know how to market, and that's the key to everything. Everything we do, you got to know how to market. And so you need to create a marketing plan. So if I were you, if I know my book was to make money, I would create my marketing plan first. Like once I determine what the book is and what the outline is, the next step is what's the marketing. Before I wrote anything, what's the marketing plan? If it's to make money. If you're just putting it out there because it's a resource guide or, it's something you just want to give away, fine. But if you're trying to make money, you want to write the outline, the title outline, who is it for, and then come up with the marketing plan second before you write. Because here's the thing, if you can't create a marketing plan about the book and you're trying to make money, don't write the book. And you would rarely hear me say that. Rarely. It's a very rare occasion when I tell somebody don't do something, right? Because I feel like you can make money pretty much on anything because I see people do it all the time. But if you can't figure out how you're going to make money, me knowing you can is not going to help you. You got to know that. So you got to do the work to make sure that you can sell a book. Now, what I will say is if you get stuck and can't figure it out, before you write anything, if it's for money, go find you a book coach and let the book coach help you get the book out. Find you a marketing coach so you can create a marketing plan for the book. Even if you only work with that person one time, let them help you create the marketing plan for the book. Now you can go and write the book because you have a plan to market the book. Don't write the book and then try to figure out how to market it. Get the marketing plan first, then write the book. Because you may discover, I don't know how to market this. I'm not going to hire anybody to help me. You're going to waste a lot of time. Trust me when I tell you. A lot of time. There was no book coaches when I was doing this thing. Well, that's not true. There was one. His name was what was his name? His name is Dan. It's Dan something. I forgot his name. He had a really big old book like this, but I didn't have to hire him because he wrote a book that was 1,001 ways to market your book. And so I bought the book, and that's how I marketed my book. And I did a lot of the things that were in that book. And I still have that book today. It's right down there on my bookshelf. You can't see it, but it's like one of the biggest books. It's right there. 1,001 ways to market your book. It's right on. You can't see it, but it's right on the corner. I bought that book, and that's the book that I use to sell my books. And so, come up with the concept for the book, come up with the chapters for the book, then come up with the marketing plan. Those are the 2 things you should do first. Do not write the book first and then try to figure out how to sell it. Figure out how to sell it if it's for money. If you're just writing to be writing it, go right ahead. All right, listen, I'm not going to keep y'all. If you want to know more about how to market anything, reach out to me, Audrey at noisemedia.com, noisemedia.us. That's what we do. We are a marketing and media agency. We help you grow your brand and expand your brand globally by learning how to leverage streaming media and podcasts. That's what I do on my full-time side. I talk to you guys Monday through Thursday. But when I'm not talking to you, I'm working on somebody's marketing. Right now, I'm on a big campaign. It's a statewide campaign, and I have to create a very strong. He did my client had to speak last night at a campaign rally against his opponent. Oh my God. And I couldn't go because I was trying to get my house settled. Like, I cannot work in clutter. So I was trying to get my house settled. And he texted me like, I think I did horribly. So he sent me the videos. And I was like, no, you didn't. It wasn't horrible. They kind of threw a question at him that he probably wasn't expecting. Now, his opponent is an attorney as well. So he's a state representative already, and he's an attorney. So he has like a little bit of an upper hand. My client works in the insurance industry. And so because he's in the insurance industry, he knows a lot about the insurance side and the business side of things. He's well versed there. They threw a cyber question at him, like a cyber insurance security question at both of them. And I was like, holy crap. So on one side, he did really well. He didn't do bad, but I'm sure that was like a curveball, because I'm like, okay, seriously? So, but what that made me do is say, okay, and this is how I went to bed. So, okay, he's gonna get questions like that, and this was from a group of young folks who did this event. And I said to myself, okay, in order for me to help him become a strong brand in this space, I need to go back now and look at the brand. The branding plan and the marketing plan that I created. I need to make some adjustments for him. So next time he goes out there, he doesn't feel like he got slapped in the face. So it was that type of thing. So that's what we do. We do branding and marketing here, and we help entrepreneurs and politicians, community leaders, and business organizations learn how to leverage all of these great things. Like, yes, marketing is great. And yes, it's so many platforms. So you need to know how to leverage a lot of those things. And so that's what we do here at Noise Media. So podcasting is my baby. Good Morning Gwinnett is my baby. And so I do it because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But my bread and butter, what I do, is under Noise Media. So if you need help with your marketing, branding, go to noisemedia.us and check us out there. All right, I'm going to my last song. I'll be back after this song to give you my word of inspiration for the day. So I want you to stay tuned.
Caught by a feeling, goes beyond the right or wrong, gets me what I want. I'm hanging by a string,
one of my favorite songs. I hit a call. I always forget about the comments in the section. Jade had left some comments. Yeah, she left some comments, and I always, if I don't pay attention to the comment section, people could be leaving comments and I miss. But anyway, thank you for listening. Here's my inspiration for the day before I go. It said, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eye off your goals. Let me tell you that again. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Yes, that's an obstacle for you. And it's frightful. But here's the thing. You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused on the goal. Today was an obstacle for me. Now I got to go back. I got to change all the headings. I got to change all the bios. I got to change all of this stuff because I didn't have a guest who today. That could have been an obstacle for me, but I had to keep this show going, y'all. I had to keep it rolling. So what did I do? I drew on my experience as an author. I drew on the experience that I had coming up through the authoring rank. Now I could have shared a lot more, but we would have been here for hours because it's a whole class by itself just on how to write a book and self-publish a book. But that was an obstacle. But here's the thing. I got a goal, and my goal was to get this show out there. My goal was to share information with you. I was hoping to have a guest. I didn't have one. That was an obstacle, but I didn't take my eye off the goal, and you can't either. You can't let little things take your eye off the goals. You remember this? Remember the movie The Eye of the Tiger? Gotta have the eye of the tiger. You gotta be so focused on the goal that nothing can throw you off. And when it throws you off, just get back up and get going again. Don't stop. Don't let the obstacle stop you. Don't let it just push you back. If it push you back, push back on it. What obstacles are you holding on to? What obstacles are standing in your way that you need to run over? That's what I'm asking you right now. That's all I got for today. Could have been anywhere in the world, but and you know what? It's so crazy because I found myself rocking and doing a lot of movement. I don't know. That's me being animated. But anyway, you could have been anywhere in the world. You spent the last 49 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. Today's my Thursday. Today's Thursday, which is my Friday, but I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m. Listen, if you listen to this show on Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes, give it 5 stars. I love and appreciate you to life for that. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, listen, if you listen to this show on Alexa, go to Alexa, say, Alexa, open Good Morning Gwinnett, and she will play the latest episode of the show as well. Be sure to support the show. You can do that by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com. You can find any way to support the show there. You can buy ad there on the show. You can buy a t-shirt there. You can buy a book there. You can just donate if you want to for the show. Any way you choose to support, share the show with your friends. Help me get my numbers up. All of these things help me grow this show, and your support helps me in those ways. So thank you again for listening. I will be back again Monday at 10 a.m. Remember, stay safe out there, guys. Keep your mask on. Stay socially distant. Make sure to tell your family and friends you love them, but also protect them at all costs, okay? I'll be back again at 10 a.m., God willing, on Monday. So until next time, make it a great day, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.